Right, good afternoon everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Game Hunter and welcome to the start of our October monster special game, and it will be a playthrough of Vampyr. I have played through this game before and I've got the bad ending. Hopefully this time I can get the very good ending. So yeah, a lot of people are playing like Friday the 13th or Resident Evil or Evil Within, them type of games, creepy, scare, anyway they scare you. I'm going down the darker side with vampires and monsters without the scares, but still a very dark and gritty. So yeah, looking forward to getting into this one. Further ado, let's get cracking. Right, so we'll put it in that one. Have a look at the options, language, put it on medium. Let's turn the music down a notch. There we go. And we're ready to go. Stephanie Gouldson, good afternoon. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. And welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for coming in as always. Right, let's go. New game. Story mode, that's easy. Play Vampyr, low challenge, blah blah. Combat is very easy. There's no reward finishing this mode. I think we'll just do the normal mode. Like a bit of a challenge but not too hard, so normal mode it is. Blood Dragoon, good afternoon, welcome to the stream my friend, thank you very much for coming in. Like I say, I thought I'd do something a little bit different to what others are doing. I mean, a lot of people are playing, like say, Resident Evil and stuff like that, and Evil Within, the jump scare type games. I wanted to just we're still with monsters, but a bit of a darker, grittier story.
12 dreams for the Red Queen under crown of stone. 8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song. 'Tis perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London. 'Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers. A flock's flight makes for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death pending?
Ooh, what a very powerful message. Yes, Stephanie, yeah, I got it free as well with the free game of the month. Well, like I say, I played this game before.
Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree, mortality was believed to be God's punishment. A righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all so wrong. Death is not a wicked thing, nor some holy retribution. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet kiss. Awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
Not a very nice area to wake up in, a pile of dead bodies. Right, here we go. Goblin, good afternoon, my friend. Thank you very much for coming in. Welcome to the stream. Like I say, I played through this game before on PC. I have completed it, but I got the bad ending, so hopefully I'll get the good ending this time.
So thirsty.
Game Raider, good afternoon, my good friend. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for coming in. Yeah, Goblin, it is a very good game. Oh dear, this ain't gonna go well. Ooh.
My sweet brother. What have you done?
Mary! Oh, no! Mary!
Oh dear. I had a little chomp on his sister.
Please, hold on! Oh, God. Mary.
Midnight, hello! My bestie, thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're well. Oh dear.
It's horror. It's a nightmare.
I thought you might have done Midnight.
No! Please, a moment, let me explain!
Oh, gotta run, son. Right, let's go.
These patrols are after me. This is a nightmare. Stop there! I need to get out of here.
Yeah, they're not.
This can't be happening.
Oh, it is though, mate. It bloody is.
No, please, stop! I mean you no harm. What's going on? Oh, Mary. What have I done? What's all this about? Shit, where'd it go? Now, I can defend myself.
Kill that thing! Over there!
Who are you? Stay back! Sorry, but you left me no choice.
No worries, Midnight. No worries. Thank you for popping in all the same to say hello.
Who are you? Stupid beast! Stay alive.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Sorry.
No, please, stop!
Fucker!
Who are you?
Fuck, it's boss!
What do you want?
I want you to be dead, mate. That's what they want. Appreciate that midday. Yeah, get ready, but hopefully when I get to the hospital I'll have
I mean you no harm.
my
I need help.
installed
Die, you
weapons,
fucking
which are
leech.
fantastic. So I'll be using them.
Please, listen to me. I can't make any sense of this. Shut up, beast! Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's name? I'll do the rest of the job. Just leave me.
Should stay out in the sun, son.
The sun. It feels like it's burning me to the bone. I need to find somewhere to hide. Let me go!
Go to sleep, son. There you go.
I need to find shelter. Is anybody there? What is this place?
At least we found a way to hide. No, I haven't, Midnight. No, I haven't at all. I hadn't checked the trophy section.
Safe enough here.
And Mind Control, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for coming in. What we've got? Fire and Sun. So these are all the collectibles. Some shillings. Alright, I'll need to check that out.
Brother, what have you done? Mary! Mary! Mary, I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us, I will find them.
But will you like for questions? The answers you get, I don't think you will. Oh, what we got here? Oh dear. She don't look very good, does she? Level 23, wow, that's a big jump.
Wait, this one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Gold watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it and share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give him an Eve.
Oh, lovely. Grave robbers. It's just the sort of people you need.
That's impossible.
Ooh, nice. So not that far behind you then. Right, I think that's all there is round up down here. Let's go upstairs. I didn't think Vampyr could see the reflection.
Who goes?
referring to me?
No! No! I still have so much to accomplish.
I still have so much left that needs doing.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever catch you up midnight. Bloody hell, 2,000 trophies. What a week. Oh god, another dead body. Looks like he drugged himself up as well.
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now!
No! There's time. I can save him.
That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital!
Done. He'll live.
And now what?
We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing.
I don't think it is.
No, it never got easy.
Improved. Good afternoon, my good friend. Thank you very much for coming in. Hope everybody's having a good start to their weekend. That's the diary.
This makes no sense. None of it. No sense at all. It's a nightmare. That's it.
I don't think I'd be too easy to flip and live like that when you've just woke up from the dead.
So be it.
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad, improved. Thank you very much for asking. Diero, hello, good afternoon, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for coming in.
Rational thinking only.
Oh dear, looks like he don't want to live. But unfortunately, he's got no choice. And you rise again, my son. Vault Girl, hello, good afternoon, welcome to the stream. Happy Saturday to you. Hope you've got a good... Well, you only just woke up, I suppose, so your day hasn't really started.
Absolute madness.
Thank you very much, Improve, appreciate that. Right, evolution. Hideout beds allow you to evolve and rest. Spend experience points to level up and improve your vampiric skills. Right. So, Auto Agony is first. That's the one where you can drain your own blood to heal your normal. So we'll get that one. And then we also get an aggressive skill. Normally I always go for the claws, which is very close range. I haven't placed a cloud of shadows at the target's feet, not really keen on that one. But the spear's looking quite tasty, so I thought we'll give the spear a try this time. So spear it is. Nice. Then we confirm. I was sleeping in a pile of our own blood and we still wake like nothing's happened. Yeah, improved. I think it's a very good game. I know a lot of people was on the fence with it.
If I'm not mad, then
because, like I say,
to the one who made me.
There is a bit of a lot of talking in it. But
I
mean,
must find him to understand.
But I think it's got a very good story, to be honest. And some of the boss fights are very good indeed.
Where is it?
Oh dear. We need to get.
People want me dead. I need to leave now.
I thought you had fault, girl. Well, bless you for coming in. I appreciate it. We need to get out of here fast. Now that's a nice trick.
My head's spinning.
And thank you, Stephanie, for staying in the stream as well. I do appreciate that. Ah, shut up. Right, and here we get our stake, which we can use to cause stun, and the key as well. Just had a quick look around, nothing in here, so let's go out.
I'm still in Southwark. I must reach the West End. Go back home.
Use the stun, and then you can bite. Like that.
A strength I never knew I had. This shouldn't be possible. Every sinew, every fiber of my being is afire. I feel like a child learning the limits of my body.
How'd you like them apples, son? Nice.
My reflexes. I'm not human anymore.
Yeah, it's a shame you're leaving. It's a shame you left it, because it is a very good game when you get into it, and especially Mass Effect as well. I think that is a very good game. A lot of people didn't like it when it first came out, but I thought once they did the upgrade, the updates and patches, it turned into a very good game, Mass Effect Andromeda. Hopefully it will come back again. I'm sure it will, because it's a very popular franchise. They just need to work out where they're going to go with it. But I say this one, yes, it has got a bit of talking to it, but the story is very good. And like I say, we are going to try and get the good ending, because last time I completed this game I got the bad ending.
My poor sister. If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to us.
Have a nibble.
Doing this.
Have a nibble on a nut rat? Why not?
It's locked. I have this thirst for blood.
Then we do the jump.
The dizziness from the jump. I can now control it.
Some more shillings. Every little helps. This is how we survive, my son.
What will London have to say to me?
Not a lot. Yeah, say Stephanie, it's like, say if you've got it free, you might as well, like say, give it a go. I think it's a very good game. But like I say, we've all got our own opinions. Ooh. More money. Give me the money.
Another corpse.
Blueprint, hello. Good afternoon, my friend. Thank you very much for coming in. Another person not finished it, eh, Blueprint? Oh, that's a shame, because like I say, you got two endings to it, one good, one bad.
But I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant.
Well, you got to hope so, haven't you?
Fresh blood. The smell is so strong.
Imagine being able to smell blood in that sort of way. I know it's like when I taste it, it's awful. So I don't know how I'd feel if I had to smell it.
This is a slaughterhouse.
I think that's locked for now, yeah. But we do get some cash. And we do come back here. Eating toast, laying in bed at 1:30 in the afternoon. I don't know. What are we like? And that just takes us back up to the bridge. That's the way it wants us to go. I'm just going to go and have a little shifty round, see if there's anything to pick up. Like I say, it is easy to get quite lost in this because it is quite a biggish map. And it's always at night as well, so everything looks the same. If I remember right, there we go, some money there. Right, let's follow the trail then, shall we?
Where has everyone gone?
So this will lead us to another hideout. See if there's anything to pick up. Was that a chest? Yes it is. That's our storage. Workbench to improve our weapons, etc. But we're not going to do that yet because I'm going to wait until I get the pre-installed ones. Right, what have we got? So body, we can get health, endurance, capacity, or work on biting damage. Let's get some more health. I think you always need to start with your health. Shit, no, I keep again, you gotta confirm it. Counting down the days, eh, Midnight, bless you. Yeah, it's been so strange this week not having you to play with. I suppose this is what it's going to be like though when you do go back to work, so... Right, so it goes that way, but let's have a quick shufty round again. Backlogged! Hello my good friend, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for coming in. One of my regular friends and guys that comes in, I appreciate that. Now I'll be playing with Backlogged later on this evening. Yeah, say Battle, I don't know if you got my message or not, but the new Call of Duty that's coming out is got the open beta starts today. So if you wondered if you're going to install it, because if you can install it, then we could have a crack on that later on. Since it's only me and you this week, have a look what it's all about. What is it? Cold War, is it? Yeah, that's it. Black Ops Cold War. Right, so we've got to go in here, so let's go.
At last, a little life.
Tony, good afternoon. Thank you very much for coming in.
Never even been to India.
Right, let's have a chat.
Oh, God, sir. You look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. I'll get you a drink.
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
Another long night?
Why is it going to be a long night?
You must be new around here. Don't you know about the murders?
Tell me more.
Yeah, there was an alpha
Every morning for the
last
few weeks,
weekend,
bodies have been found.
and then it's the open beta this weekend. I just installed it this morning. It's about 22 gig, I think it is.
Have any leads on a suspect?
Even before the outbreak, coppers never came round here. We're on our own. People die in these parts all the time, and no one cares.
Oh, not a very nice area then.
Where am I? Where is this place?
You're at my bar, sir, the Turquoise Turtle. The last ray of light in this dangerous part of town.
Aren't you
Aren't
scared?
you scared?
Scared of what? All the bad shit happens out on the foggy streets. And I never go outside.
So you're open all night?
Yep. Figured people might need a place to rest in these dark times.
You wouldn't get away with that nowadays, would you? We all got to shut the pubs by 10, right?
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
If you've downloaded the one last week, which was the alpha, I don't think that one will work. I think you'll have to, I don't know if you'll have to install the new one, which is the beta, because I think they've added a bit more to it.
Didn't say when he'd leave.
So who is he?
Who is this man? What does he look like?
Well, like a gentleman, I guess. Well dressed, quite polite. A professor or something fancy like that. Always writing, reading notes.
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And,
Yes?
no funny business. You hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
Yes, sir. Tony, most of the time I try and buy them on release. Yes, I do. I don't always, because like I say, sometimes there's so many games come out at once and they're all like £60 a game, so, and I'm not earning any money from YouTube to be able to get all that, so, but I do try and get as many as I can.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, things can only get worse.
Did you see anybody?
Anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle, see?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care.
Oh
this
dear.
is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
Sewer dog? Who's that?
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer dog, eh?
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own darkness. We can all be monsters.
Isn't that the truth?
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
Yeah, good night. Look at this poor girl. Let's have a look what's up with her.
Hello, sir. Are you alright? Is there any way I can help you?
I don't know. Maybe you could just talk to me.
Maybe you prefer to speak with Tom then. He's more agreeable talking to strangers.
Oh dear God, have we got anybody that likes talking? No nice people.
What's going on around here? Where is everyone?
Too many dead, sir. First the epidemic, now all these terrible murders.
Darkside, hello my good friend. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for coming in.
The murders. What can you say about them?
Bodies found in the streets every morning.
Thank you very much for that, Darkside.
It's horrible. Some say the sewer dog is back.
The sewer dog? What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around these parts.
Oh, lovely.
The ancients say it's the sewer dog coming out to feed. But now he's killing in the streets.
What have you heard about the epidemic?
There's a Spanish flu. Yeah, killed so many last summer. Thought we'd seen the last of it. Dozens dying every week.
Are the authorities doing anything?
Nothing.
Nope.
There are so many quarantine zones in London now. It's gotten really hard to travel across town.
Yeah, I say it is a very good
What
game,
is this
Darkside. And I say it is a free
Boys
game
Tale.
this month, so
I'm the barmaid here, Sabrina, if you want to know.
you
Are
also
you always open this late at night?
No, it's only since the epidemic started. Tom thought that people may need a safe place to stay.
You don't seem to have much business. Where is everybody?
Well, most people are sleeping right now. And those that are awake tend to avoid going out. What with the murders and all.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be going out either. Right,
I'll leave then. Thank you.
Right, let's have a quick nosy around, see if you've got out for me to pick up. I don't think you do. So let's go upstairs and meet this
Are they stupid or something?
man.
Been to India?
This is no place for you. Prewed has several patrols roaming the area.
They do not pursue me.
But they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
Yes, it is, Tony. Yes, it is free. If you got PlayStation now,
Sir,
or PlayStation Plus, I should say, then yeah, it's one of the free games.
Slowly, vampire. Who are you?
Ooh, come on,
You
man.
no harm, saith the vampire. Present yourself.
I need a word. With anyone.
Oh yes, exactly, Darkside. What's not to like when you can chomp on people? But I mean, if you do all that, if you eat, you can eat as many people as you want in this, but you do get the bad ending if you do. They want you to do this the hard way.
And who might you be?
You first.
Tell me, who are you?
first tell me what you want? Then I may tell you.
That's none of your concern.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
I'm a victim
I've been
too.
hunted down in the streets and attacked. I'm a victim here too.
Oh, bless you, Midnight.
I believe it.
Then if you are not a vampire,
You're gonna like
who or
embarrassing
what
me.
are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
What do you know?
What
What's
have you
going on?
uncovered concerning the murders?
It started a few nights ago. Rumors of violent murders. The docs have always been, shall we say, somewhat unsavory. But this is different.
How different?
A vampire is at work here. Famished. Reckless. It must be brought to ground, and quickly.
Yes.
I heard another voice, that of a woman. Who were you talking to?
Ridiculous. I've no idea what you're talking about.
Bloody Fox.
Something
Hello,
tells me
mate.
not to trust you.
Then the feeling is mutual.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for coming in. Right. What is this
What
brotherhood?
exactly is this brotherhood?
Sir, if the name is not familiar to you, then we shall discuss it another time.
Okay. So help me
Then
then.
help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor. That explains a great deal. We're both chasing the same shadow.
So it seems. Yes.
A shadow, indeed. Yet I heard his voice in my head. There was a moment I believed I was mad.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
Oh, Midnight. Cabavera Gaming. Hello, mate. Thank you very much for coming in. Oh, sorry to hear that, Dark Side. Nothing worse than having to go to a funeral. I want answers.
I will at last have the answers to my questions.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again.
Right, so the hunt for the monster begins. What you got? Oh, 5 shillings. You don't mind if I take that, do you?
If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know something.
Oh, I know as well. I've been something. I'll get that in a minute. Let's talk to you again, mate.
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
I can't say I have. Are you sure no one else came into your bar before I arrived?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other stranger I've had.
Goodbye,
I
Mr. Watts.
just remembered I need to talk to this lady first.
Evening, sir. Can I help you?
I have a few questions for you.
Well, if you must.
I spoke to Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight. And I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please tell me what's going on.
It's William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he... Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
Oh, nice.
What happened tonight?
He was dead drunk as usual. But my God, his eyes, his face. He must have caught something awful. He shouted and cried. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Why are you so afraid?
I mean, his skin, his hands. I scrubbed every glass and every chair that he touched. God, I hope it's not contagious.
Oh, sounds like a nice
Tell me about
game.
this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, well... Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
Right, so that gives us hints, which you could use to improve their blood if you want to eat, if you want to drink from them. So we've met a few people. He needs some help, but we can't do anything like that yet. Right, come on then, Tom. Tell us about Mr. Bishop.
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend, William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not my friend anymore.
Why lie?
Why lie to me if he is not your friend?
I didn't lie. I said you were my only unannounced customer, and that's the truth.
Who is
Who
he?
is he?
William, an old sailor who loves his gin too much. He worked for years at the canning factory before it closed.
Is he dangerous?
Is he dangerous?
Yeah. Like many drunks, he's all bark and no bite. Can barely stand up most of the time.
Yeah.
How was he tonight? Was he different?
Sicker than usual, perhaps. He whined and mumbled about how mean people were to him and how he'd like to talk to me outside, and then he left when I refused.
You was lucky you didn't go out, mate. Because he'd have had you,
to
you know.
find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What do you expect? He's a tall, sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay?
Okie dokie.
Not long ago, this sweetness.
That gives us another hint for later on.
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city.
Yes, it's a bit like that, Tony. Yes, it is. You are the doctor that you're trying to help for the cure for the pandemic, so even though you have been turned into a vampire, you're still the doctor at heart, so that's why it's quite strange, really. Ooh.
The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood.
Examining the outfit.
This man was armed. He tried to defend himself.
Ooh. Don't look very
This
good.
corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim. Blood and empty gin bottles. This Bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker.
Yeah, flipping out, gone through 4 bottles.
What's this? Some sort of note. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
That'll be quite simple. There we go. So now we're moving to the western docks. So we're hopefully going to get an opportunity attack on this guy. Like that. Nice. Ooh, we picked up a gun now.
Great. Good. I may need a lot of bullets. I feel like I'm back on the front line again.
Shut that foolish mouth of yours.
Yeah, take care, Midnight. Thank you very much for coming in. Thank you very much, Darkside, for staying with the stream. Appreciate that. Hawk, hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for coming in. This guy ain't got a clue what's about to happen to him, does he? Hey, yeah, son, go to sleep. Awesome stuff backlogged. Yeah, I thought it'd be something different to do later on. Give people a glimpse of what the new one's like. Oh, it's what it's going to be like anyway. Enemy card, press L3 to spot enemies around the display their enemy cards, like that. So enemies are more resistant to certain types of damage. There are 4 types of resistances: physical, which is melee and ranged; powers, which is blood and shadow; orange indicates a medium resistance; red indicates a high resistance. So in other words, he's quite tough, and it's no good using guns on him because he'll just block that out.
Crush the leech, boy!
Nice. Well, good morning to you then, Hawk. Appreciate you coming in, mate.
We won't see any of these bastards back here again.
Let's go in a different way, shall we?
We won't see any of these bastards back here again. They're lively! It's on to us! Over there! There's one of them! Over there!
Go to sleep, sonny boys. MN Nice Gaming, hello, good afternoon. Thank you thank you very much for the raid as well, mate. It's awesome to see you. It's been a while. Hope everything's okay with you. Soldier, hello, good afternoon. Thank you very much for coming in. Stephanie Gomez, hello, good afternoon. Thank you very much for coming in. It's nice to see you as well, MN. It's nice to see you again. You've just missed my best friend, Midnight Zombie. She's just been in. Hello, son. What a move that is. Nice. Yeah, we've got the lovely rats that we could have a chomp on. Yeah, I could understand that, MN. It can get quite pressuring to keep doing it every day. Right, we've got a hideout up here. Let's see if we can do it. Yeah, you just missed her. She'll be sorry to see you not missed it. She's sorry, but you wouldn't want missed you. But there you go. That's just the timing of things. What else have we got? Money. Right, let's see if we can do any upgrades. Yes, we can. Let's improve our bite, because we'll probably be using a lot of the biting. Nick M. Booger, yeah, that's the name. Nick M. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate that as well. As you can see, they do come back again, so it's a bit like Dark Souls in that respect, that if you use your hideout, all the bad guys come back again. Nice. Right, we're full up on everything now, so let's go and see if we can find Mr. William Bishop.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Why not betray your trust?
Ooh, nice.
Overcome this.
There we go.
We've done it before.
Got another two-handed weapon now, so we can do a bit of damage. I probably will be doing MM, but it won't be at launch, unfortunately. Right, here we go. Let's go and face.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
Mr. William Bishop.
This
Come on.
creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Come on, William. Nice. And you've gone to bed, my son. Well, let's see if we can find some stuff. I think that's about it. Right, let's go and talk to the vicar.
William was an honourable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
Oh dear, behind you, son. Oh, nice.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by skull?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
No worries, soldier. Thank you very much for popping in. I appreciate that, and enjoy your lunch.
The mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows. I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
No worries, Darkside. Thank you very much for coming in, and enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend. Right, I don't think we've missed anything, so I don't think we could get up on the side there. Nope. So yeah, we just need the sample from him.
This creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
And that, as you say, is the prologue complete.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Goku, hello mate, good afternoon, welcome to the stream.
I have the utmost admiration for your research.
I'm doing very well, thank you.
What a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again, from a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
So now we're going to become the doctor that we are. While fighting monsters all the same.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my round.
Welcome to the...
I'm coming.
No worries there, man, no worries. So here we go. Take me to the hospital. Right, so we can't go up the stairs because they're blocking it, so...
It's my turn.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse.
Oh. You should be a bit more polite.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street.
This is Vampyr, they call it,
Yes.
Goku.
That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
The blood quality indicates how much XP you'll obtain from a particular citizen. The higher the blood quality, the more XP you get. Mesmerize. To drink the blood of your prey, you must first need to mesmerize them to leave them to out of sight from others. Your mesmerize level must be equal or higher than the citizen's resistance. Okay.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
So this is where you choose to either embrace him or release him. Embracing Clay will provide a massive XP boost, but be aware will be consequences. Learning more about citizens and collecting their hints will increase the experience gained. So I will be releasing him.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Because like you say, if you take lives you end up getting the bad ending, and we're going to be trying to get the good ending, which isn't going to be...
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
Watch me. Right, so we could have a quick look around. Not to go too far off the pack, because then you'll hit higher level guys. So do not cough in public. Sounds like a lot of the sort of a thing we're going through at the moment. Oh dear. So you got people out in the streets in tents. Not very hygienic, is it? Alright, calm down, love. Ooh. I don't think we could get up anywhere else, can we? That's going to lead into a dangerous area, so we'll leave that. Yeah, trust me, all you need to do is kill one person, and I think that's spoiled it. You won't get the good ending, unfortunately. Don't worry, we all make that. I made a mistake in my first playthrough. I was killing about loads of people.
I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
Nice. Let's have a few questions.
A few questions first.
So this is a big bulk of the game, is asking the questions.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Not surprised.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you very much.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
I've already just met him.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Alright.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Where's it left? Here we go. So these are all the people we've got to meet in this area, in the hospital area. So at the moment you see the area is healthy, you don't want it coming down here or you'll be in for a right nasty ride. Then we've met a couple of, 3 or 4 people in the docks area, we've still got all them, and there's another 2 areas as well to explore. So you've got all the talking and things, so isn't that a doctor over here? We might as well start by meeting this guy before we go in.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Rockefeller?
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
So how's your life in London going, son?
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
People are more important. It's the same everywhere.
It's not exactly the best situation in London either. I can't have expected this hospital to be prepared for what was to come.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Oh dear. So you see we've got 2 hints to find that'll give us better understanding.
Staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are...
From within! Hello mate, thank you very much for coming in.
There is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
What about
Tell
the
me
positive?
more about cherished people then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Of course, in them days,
about the management?
women could never be a
I
doctor.
don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Yeah. What about some personal questions? No, can't answer any of them, right? Goodbye for now. So that's the Dr. Tippett. And there's also a nurse Gwyneth Brannigan somewhere about. Right, let's go inside, shall we? And you've got these as well.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
Promise you will not find my unconscious body.
Gaming Plus TV. Hello, mate. Thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate the like.
I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Oh dear, so we just found out he tried to commit suicide, and that's how you get another hint. So sometimes you got to do a bit of eavesdropping to get the results that you need. Here we go, we've got another guy here, Mr. Milton, I think.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Okay. So, what's your life in London been like?
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is alright? It's fucking awful. We lack everything. And it's getting worse every day.
Straight to the point, mate, eh? That's the way to do it.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
How is the sanitary situation?
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Oh, sounds lovely.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
And there we go. That picks up a side quest. Smuggling weapons.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
So we're missing a hint there. So we can't complete that. What about your personal questions? No. I'm not worried about trading at the moment.
Goodbye, Milton.
So that's Tippett's. This must be Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, a new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
So, tell me about your life in London.
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
The invisible enemy.
Invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Yes, I see what you mean, Goku.
Can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
Yeah, not a very good predicament. Right, tell me about this.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them? Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Anyone that stands
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
So we've got another hint available. Speak up.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
I bet they are. Personal questions? Ooh. There's one of the hints, so we can...
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Right.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Don't mind if I do a bit of robbing, dear. Who's this one? Oh, so does that mean we can talk again to Mr. Tippett, I believe? Because I think we've got a new hint.
Dr. Reed, any good news?
There we go.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
You have nothing to prove.
You've nothing to prove, Dr. Tippett, to anybody. And we all praise your experience. Please, have some rest.
I am perfectly fine, and I am not too old for this job.
We didn't say you was too old.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Oh, that's somebody in a different room altogether. Who's this one? This is an unknown. Hello.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
So, tell me about the life
How would
in
you
London.
describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Get a grip.
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Mm-hmm.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
Yes.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
Oh, what a lovely girl.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is he grumpy?
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Oh, there we go, we got another hint. Nice.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
So is that the personal ones? No, none of them we can do yet. Just have another quick chat to Milton.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor.
Your mediocre reputation.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed.
Bloody hell.
Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Yes.
Goodbye.
That's not a very nice time to live in, was it? Right, that's everybody out here.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Do not cough in public. Nurses are needed now more than ever, yes. What's this? Ooh, Pippa Hawkins. That means we've got something to talk to her about. And that leads out into the garden, which we'll be doing in a little while. There we go, we'll have her before she disappears.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening.
Now that one. Leaving the hospital.
Are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream. But in the end, I don't feel that useful. I want more. I want to make things change.
Be proud, patients need you.
You should be proud of what you've achieved. This hospital represents hope for many people in need of help.
Maybe you're right. But at the moment, I feel like we're just a cemetery waiting room.
Ooh, new hint available. Oh, is that me? We just got that right, yeah.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Alright, that's her done. So how many more people have we got to find? Oh, still quite a few. Oh, there's a couple of them.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor.
Bloody hell.
German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Dangerous Pit, hello mate. Good afternoon, thank you very much for coming in.
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Right.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Dear, he's a barrel of laughs, isn't he?
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense.
Yes, it certainly is. I agree, Dangerous. Bloody Fox, yeah, it is a good story.
I just wanted to know what happened.
Oh, nice.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Right, so that's all we could get out of him for now, Mr. Elwood. And there's the other lady. Where the hell did she go? Ah, there you are. Go wandering about.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Okay. We got a crackpot.
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Describe
Please,
it.
Describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Okay.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Okay.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Okay. You need a bit of help, don't you, love?
Who are you really, Miss Howard? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Okay.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Oh dearie me, she was a crackpot. Right, so we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, another 7 to find.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief.
Yeah, exactly,
now
Tony,
all I need
yeah.
to do is rest and return to my flock.
Backlogged, yeah, you definitely need coffee, mate.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct?
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
So, situation
What's
at
the
the
general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The wet boot boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads now?
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Oh, lovely.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East.
Thank you very much, improved. Appreciate that.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
The government, eh?
In this part of town, then. Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Okie dokie.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
So you're a priest?
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How do you
feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
Oh,
you're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I could go back to the people who need me.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Well, I think there's a woman in there. That's that Harriet Jones. We can't speak to her yet, so she'll be one of them. No.
So many deaths. And what of my own life?
Oh, hello, Doctor.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival.
Ethan Wayne, hello.
Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Ethan, no, it's nothing like, it's completely nothing like Red Dead Redemption. It's more of you play a vampire,
if you
so...
have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
No need for such animosity.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital instead of a burden.
Wow.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Oh, dearie me, what a nice guy.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Let's go for knowledge. Yeah, it's definitely, yeah, he's not got a bit of an ego himself, I think.
Always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative, it is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
Yes, we know that.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Righty-ho. God, he was a bit of a douchebag.
We'll talk later.
Certainly a bit of a douchebag, that guy. Oh, look at the state of them sheets, look. Oh. And I wonder why nobody was getting cured.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not believe...
Vampyr Enterprises, good afternoon, welcome to the stream.
Thank you. And you are...
In Cruelty, good afternoon.
Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
No worries, Tony. Thank you very much for coming in. And enjoy the rest of your day and weekend.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
Oh, right. We finally got somebody that's happy to work with us.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
No.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
There we go, another side quest, nice.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Okay. So they don't get on. Oh, got a hint.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
You always remain neutral.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Aykroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father. Ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I don't know if we've ever talked to Doctor.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Yes, we can.
Thank
so
you,
we're done with that.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book. I'll never...
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
That's awesome backlog, yeah. We look forward to playing that later.
Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Okay.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Yeah.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Yep. You should be arguing about
your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
not since he likes blood and he can't really do that sort of thing, right?
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Oh dear.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Oh God.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Yes.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
Bloody hell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Yes.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
What a bad, sad story that guy's been through.
Like a book.
Right, so talk to her. Still got another two which comes in later. I've got these two to talk to.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Now, how painful is your throat?
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
We must communicate.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
How painful.
So painful.
Admit it, Mortimer. Your mother had you hospitalized here because you tried to kill yourself.
Yes, it's true.
All right, then. This is the first time we've really shared information about your case. Shall we call this progress?
Call it what you want, Dr. Reed.
You can trust me.
You can trust me. I won't report you to the authorities. My one and only concern is your health.
I guess I should thank you, then.
Can I help you in any way, Mr. Goswick?
I wrote a letter for my mother. She was supposed to read it after my death. But I suppose she doesn't have to read it now.
I see. And is this letter still near the place where you tried to take your own life?
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words. I mean, I'm still here. If you bring me back that letter, then perhaps we'll talk.
Okie dokie.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Okay.
I have to go now, sir. But
guess we won't get that out of him until we get that letter.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Right, tell me about yourself then.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you that rich?
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Right.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Right.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital.
Thank you very much for coming in back, Goku. Appreciate that.
Other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Right, tell me about your
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for it.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid
Oh
without
my
question,
God.
considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Jesus Christ.
Your son wished to die, Beatrice. Why did you hide such crucial information?
Are you not aware suicide is a crime? Mortimer could be thrown in jail. I can't let that happen. I won't.
I understand you fear the legal consequences, Mrs.
It looks like in them days they was trying to make money. That's the nurses and doctors for it. Well, not doctors in this case, but
not judgment and punishment for what he may or may not have done.
so if people had got enough flipping things going on with a pandemic, now they've been charged for beds. Right, so we're going to have to talk to them about that. You can't be doing that. Right, so that's everyone talked to except for the doctor. Them two come in later on. So let's go and talk to the last main guy.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Morphing through it, Mr. Milton Hooks. That's locked. Another doctor smoking on the job.
I'm Dr. Reed. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead.
Oh my
but
God.
I used to be a real doctor.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
Right.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Mr. Milton Hooks seems to be getting about a bit.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Right.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Jesus. All this happening inside your hospital.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality? as a concept.
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
Don't hold your breath.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Right. So I think that's all we can do with him for now.
Mr. Chidana.
So that's him sorted out. So that's everyone spoken to now. Ooh, what's he up to?
You don't mind if I search your pockets?
Oh, good God.
Do you, sir? You don't need any of these anyway.
Jesus.
I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir. So it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables.
Jeez.
I will not forget you, sir. And I thank you for your generous donation.
Oh my God, what a crooked hospital this place is. Is that Nurse Hawkins? Yes it is. Good, because I want to talk to you.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Not that one. So it must be just Milton we've got to talk to. But we're also going to have a chat with this guy as well. What an awful guy. What the hell? Stealing off dead bodies. Hello.
Good evening.
There we go.
How dare you steal from the dead, Rakesh? Is that what your pawnbrokers is really about?
These people are dead, sir. What they possessed could be useful for the living. And I'm sure they would agree if they could speak.
Show some respect.
You should show respect for the dead. What about their loved ones who may treasure these items you sell?
The bodies I watch over are the unwanted and undesired, sir. I would never deprive anyone of their family artifacts.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Never ceases to amaze me how you the dead.
I suppose I should have reported him, but... Right, Milton... You're selling beds, so you gotta be getting a good stalking too.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doc.
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realised I could make a fortune.
What an awful human being.
Do you know that Nurse Hawkins is thinking of leaving the hospital?
That's not a surprise. We've talked about it already.
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right. We should run away while we can. Question is, where can we go? Where is it safe?
Goodbye, Milton.
I'm quite surprised you can't talk to...
Good evening.
Good evening.
No.
Goodbye, Nassau.
Okay, right, so to our office we go. Okay, I go through there. That means we probably won't get through there either. So let's get to our office. Have a hacksaw. Ooh. Ooh, Mr. Elwood. So got another one to talk to Mr. Elwood about. Dr. Tippett, Strickland and Ackroyd. Oh bloody hell, in the same room.
It's locked, all right.
Right, here's our little office.
This must be the place. It's definitely
Exactly,
away
Stephanie,
from
yeah.
prying eyes. Relegated
Absolutely.
to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Yeah, absolutely right, Stephanie. What a cheek. Imagine people doing that today, you know. So we've got Econs. What else have we got? Vials.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Well, I think this is where we could get our gear from. There we go. The Dragonbane. Nice. And we got new gear as well. Yeah, so you wouldn't get away with that sort of attitude nowadays, Steph. Charging people for beds because you'd get flipping... True, but we don't get charged for it over here unless we go private, of course. I mean, probably in America you do, because like you say, you're paying for your insurance and stuff like that. Right. No, that's not what I wanted. This is it. So we'll get rid of that, because now we've got Dragon's Bane. Nice. Then in the offhand, we've got the Barker. Which we could upgrade. Right, so this is where we've got to do. Crafting. At a workbench you can craft medical treatments to heal the sick, citizens, serums to boost yourself, and weapon upgrades to improve and customise your weapons. You first need to analyse the components you found to unlock new recipes. Click on to analyse. That's that. And that gives us some serums. You have enough components to improve one of your weapons. So here we are in weapons. What have we got? Can we upgrade? You can upgrade your weapons to a new level with the acquired ingredients. If it will inflict more damage, and you can also gain access to customization slots. Right, so if we've got enough, yes we can. So that can go to level 2. And we can have increased damage dealt by 10% or absorb blood points when the weapon hits. Ooh, I'd rather have the damage, I think. Have we got enough for level 3? No, we haven't. We need 4 more common handle parts and 1 more lead plate. Right, what about offhand? We haven't. What about the Barker? Can we upgrade that? Ooh, no, we need 2 more common trigger parts to do that one. These are recyclable. Actually, that might have just helped us out. No, it hasn't. What about the gun one? No. But we have got... No, we haven't, because we need sodium hypochlorite solution. Right. Then we need... These are the treatments that we do, that we can cure. I'll explain that.
Blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me.
Yannick Dessel, hello, good afternoon.
The sun is about to rise. I can feel it.
I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Right, sleepy time. Right. What do I want to work on now? Defensive. Not really much of a... What we've got? Endurance, blood capacity, big first. Hard biting, faster reach. Tell you what we'll do another health. And then we'll do faster regeneration. There we go. Oh, could even do another one. Medical bag, cartridge bag. Let's go for endurance. That improves our stamina. And there we go. Confirm that. And that boosts us up to level 6.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Okay, what the hell?
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
There's nothing here.
Sorry, there's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Right, so, old morgue. This is going to be fun.
It's locked.
Come on. Before we go out the back though, actually we'll come back to him. Let's go out and do some questing, shall we? Into the back garden. So that's the old morgue, but we'll do this other one first. Side
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Hello, son. Cheeky monkey. Right, so we've got to find the lost wallet in the garden. Oh, yes. There you go, go to sleep, sonny boy. Anything in here we should be picking up? Nope. I think this is where the wallet is. I think there it is. So there we go. We just found out that Milton and the nurse are in the item together.
Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
Nice, that's... Into the old bog we go. Right, find useful medicinal ingredients in the old bog. Some fresh tartrate, quine and sodium hypochlorite. Right. Let me guess it's not going to be a quiet in and out sort of job. That's the way out. Don't like the sound of the noises upstairs. Money. Right, so it looks like everybody I need is upstairs.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
I'm guessing that's all there is in that one.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Another one down. Can't go in that one.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Nice. Well, before we go down into the basement, let's see what's upstairs, shall we? Right, into the basement. Oh, what the hell was that? Oh, hello guys.
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. Interesting.
Nothing down there, is there? No. Oh, creep. Right, what we got around here? Absorbed blood. She's just acquired a new type of offhand weapon. Equip it with an press triangle to directly absorb blood. But what is there? Still got a dead body still down here. Report Office of Pembroke. A new citizen investigation available. Press to open a local. Citizens' investigation displayed here are categorised by districts. You can start a new citizen quest by tracking it with square, then access it on your map. That just shows, like I say, these are the ones burn after reading, missing ingredients, big back the wallet. Now we've got this one.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
SB Gaming, hello mate, good afternoon, thank you very much for coming in. Right, let's have a look. Corner of the lips.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps?
What about his chest?
The chest was originally open to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened.
Let's have a look at
Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful.
Now we've got hemorrhages.
Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Oh, lovely. So that's not a very good doctor, is it? Hello, son. Anybody? Oh, John Doe. Who the hell is John Doe? Right, we've got a boss fight. Whoa! Oh!
I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Right, so now I've got to craft a treat. I can do that here. You have enough components to craft a medicine treatment for fatigue. There we go. Oh, just need 4 more. Oh, we've got some formula as well. Let's have a look at that. That gives us some more treatments for cold, bronchitis and pneumonia. Bring the medicine to Dorothy Crane, right. I just see somebody go down there. I think we did. Nice. Oh. The only problem is the bloody loading times it takes. Ah, there we go. Right, first off we've got you. I've got your wallet.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still...
Yeah, I can't read it.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet.
Jose Osman Gonzalez.
A certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good.
I seem to like the combat in this one and being a vampire as well, so the biting and all that, yeah, it's great fun.
He's as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
Right.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples, just like you, come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
I suppose not.
Admit it. Nurse Hawkins is more than your lover. She's also your partner in crime.
Of course she is. How else could I tell which bed is free? I need to know that.
Have you no shame?
Don't you see the city's crumbling down? Today people are ready to pay to get a hospital bed. Tomorrow we may be fighting for food.
Jesus.
Goodbye, Milton.
I met him in New York once.
If only...
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett in our situation?
You took a great risk.
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
The patients are not fools.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Or he's just going to cover it up.
I will cover for you, Dr. Tibbets, by keeping what happened to Mr. Connor to myself.
I don't know what to say, actually. I can't exactly force you to become my accomplice.
You didn't force me. This is my decision to make. I believe you're still of use to the hospital, considering the situation.
Then I can make you this promise. As soon as the epidemic is eradicated, I will resign.
What will you do after your resignation? Do you have a plan?
I always fancied visiting Cyprus. Such a beautiful island. I could buy a house there, by the sea. Read poetry, and wait for death.
Sounds nice.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
This is no time for self-pity. Last thing.
I think this is one where you gotta go up on the roof. What in God's name? Jesus Christ.
Damn it! Why is this so difficult every time?
Oh, good God.
That is better. That is better. I will make it through one more night.
Oh my God. So we've got doctors stealing off dead corpses, you've got doctors shooting up. Hello, Dr. Tippett.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed.
I know you're taking drugs, Corcoran. Why take such a risk?
I need it to endure the long shifts. We have no idea how long the epidemic will last. We can't let it win.
Can't be a long...
I understand the gesture, Doctor. An immediate answer to an emergency situation, but this can't be a long-term solution.
Thank you for your understanding, my dear colleague. And be assured, I have total control of my consumption.
Why do I don't believe you?
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Right. Let's get this. Where are you? Nurse Crane. There you are.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Yeah, no worries, backlogged, no worries. Yeah, so I'm going to be ending the stream shortly anyway, so thank you very much for coming in, yeah, and I will see you later on.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Press R1 to check the medical status of the citizen. Healing citizens will give you XP, so you do this.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
Give the medicine.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
I know that
Citizen's blood will provide you a massive XP, yes, but I'm not going to be... So as you see, where is it? Here we are. So we've healed him, so the next night he'll be fully recovered, and then this one's got fatigue as well. But I don't think we've got anything, we can't create any more, I don't think. Right, so we'll just have a quick chat with Mr. Swansea and then we'll cut the stream because it's 3 hours
Jonathan,
now.
Come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Your words, I mean...
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
No need to apologize, we need each other.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Wanted letter. Mr. Ackroyd's at it again. Oh, Rakesh is at it as well. Right guys, I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you all so very much for coming in. I do appreciate all the support. And that is it. Ooh, I don't know yet. I might come back later and stream some Call of Duty when we go live with Backlog later. But for me, things. So, but I'll be back on Monday with something, and then I'll continue playing this probably on an evening all the way through October or till we've completed it. So yeah, thank you all very much for coming in. I appreciate your company and support, and I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you very much to Backlog and Vault Girl for being in all the time. And say it was Goku improved. Appreciate it, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon, guys. Stay safe, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you all next week. Bye bye for now, guys. Take care. Bye bye.